Welcome to Code Savvy Presents, a podcast about computer science, technology, accessibility, and inclusion.
Hello, my name is Ruth Mesfin, and I'm currently the University of Minnesota's chapter president of ACM-W. And I was also a part of Technovation MN when I was in high school, so I'm an alumni of that too.
Awesome. How did you get interested in computer science, and was Technovation maybe your first delve into that, or were you previously interested in computers?
Yeah. So I've always kind of been interested in technology and smartphones and how they work, from a younger age. But Technovation MN was definitely the biggest project I've done in high school. That kind of made me understand what working in a team setting is like when it comes to something more technical instead of something a little less technical, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a good introduction to that. And yeah, it's kind of what solidified my choice in majoring in computer science in college.
Okay. What are you planning for the future? I know you're at the U. What does your future look like from right now?
So right now I'm trying to narrow down my specification, but I'm kind of looking into computer graphics and seeing what that has in store for me, as well as just trying to get as many internships under my belt before I graduate.
Okay. What about the graphics? Are you thinking motion design? Are you thinking like
Yeah.
CGI, like animation? What kind of things are you thinking about in that realm?
So currently I'm taking a video gaming graphics course right now. So I'm learning more about that, but I'm also taking some machine learning and AI courses as well. So I'm thinking about what a project would look like using both those concepts and
Yeah.
seeing if I can make something fun or interesting off of that.
Yeah, there's some really cool things happening in that intersection. So that's exciting. Did you have role models who inspired and guided your journey? Do you have them now? I mean, who do you kind of look toward for inspiration?
I'd like to say I feel like I reached out a lot to many women over the years to kind of see what their experience in computer science was like before I got there. So I'd like to give a quick nod to everyone that I've reached out to over LinkedIn or other various means. But I feel like one of the bigger ones is definitely Lisa Schlosser, which was, I think, CEO of Code Savvy for a little bit. And
Yeah, she
I
was
think
the executive director for Technovation.
Oh, Technovation.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like she really gave me the connection I needed to know that my career is definitely feasible, and I definitely had a goal and someone to talk to about those things. And yeah, I just love every time when I'm meeting up with her, she gave me a little bit more of a morale boost. So I really love her. And another person I'd probably mention is my current faculty director for ACM-W. Her name is Shanna Waters.
Okay.
She does a great job at keeping our voice heard within the department, and I really admire the way that she speaks to people and how she has got to where she has been right now.
That is hugely important to have those people that can help you, that boost your confidence and tell you it's all going to work out, and give you that space to have your own experiences. So that's really cool. Lisa is amazing at that, by the way. Everybody she talks to and works with has the same input. So that said, let's talk a little bit more about ACM-W. How did you get involved with that group, and kind of, can you give us a gist of what you do through that group?
Yeah, so I graduated high school, class of 2020, right when the COVID hit.
Yeah.
So I never quite had a senior year, as well as a freshman year of college, which is where I kind of got acquainted with ACM-W virtually. So I found out they had virtual meetings during the semester, and I first got really involved with them my first fall semester. And then I got an officer position, I believe, early spring the next following semester. And from there, I've kind of just worked my way up to where I am now, and I've met some amazing people, as well as Preeti Padalta. She's a very big role model as well, going into it, and she's really coached me into understanding, again, her experiences in tech field and kind of breaking that down for, you know, a newbie like me. And like having that person to kind of ask questions to has been another big help, as well as like my journey within ACM-W helped me get connections in the places I would have never found them otherwise. So um, even though everything was virtual, I still found like a group of people that I can talk to when things are tough, or like
That's so
find
good.
people in my classes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really awesome. What kinds of um, events or programming, like what does ACMW provide to
Yeah.
students?
I'd like to say our big spiel is kind of getting them introduced, our members and other college students introduced into whatever career they're into at the moment. We partner with faculty members to give people kind of a way to talk to the professors in a more, um, I guess, a more casual way, as
Yeah.
well as allowing them to network to see if they're interested in research, or like finding a pathway through there. And we also love partnering with companies and other student organizations can, to kind of help people who are going into industry, as well as promoting our own sense of community as a group. Yeah.
Are you moving back to more in-person stuff now, or is it still pretty much all virtual for your group?
Yeah, so last year was our first in-person year after COVID, and it was quite interesting. There's a lot of weird in-between stuff that we kind of had to deal with. So this year is definitely like our first really full in-person experience, I'd say. So yeah, I feel like right now and probably, hopefully, for the next coming years, we're going to be in person.
So how long is your president tenure, and like what is do you get to serve? Can you be reelected? Is there another opportunity for you to continue in your role?
I can always run again, but
Okay.
I've this is kind of like my full year, and I only have one semester after this year of
Okay.
like college left. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm kind of like just trying to find the right person to kind of take over and make sure they don't flounder like I did when I first started.
Right. That's always the struggle is making sure you set things up well enough
The
for the next
transitional
person.
period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How can people help ACMW? Like, are there volunteer needs that you have? Are there, speakers? What kind of things can maybe our community help you with in that regard?
I feel like right now, I mean, we are trying to reach out more to the Minnesota community, because I feel like we're very on campus. We haven't really gotten the chance to partner with like really, really local, and maybe even like startups around here. So
Yeah.
we'd love to reach out to like organizations or startups or companies that kind of want like more recruiting to happen, but from like a college standpoint. So we're always down to partner with people through that, as well as we also have like a donation, I think, website too. So if people want to donate, that'd be great.
Yeah, that sounds good. Um, for you said you have like what one semester left after this year. What's your dream? What's the next thing look like? Like the dream thing that you're reaching for?
So I already have an internship down for the summer. So my ideal next year would to find a fall internship, and then do my last year with everybody, or like a last semester with everybody before I graduate. So then that way I get like another experience of an internship without having to graduate early, because that's still a little scary.
Right. All right. I know you said you're kind of just getting your feet wet in the gaming and that space. Are you a gamer? Do you have like favorite things that you like to play? Like what does that realm look like?
I feel like I'm a casual gamer, but there's always room for improvement. Uh, but I think I really appreciate the quality that's put into video games right now. And that's
Yeah.
kind of like something, the quality and creativity that really draws me into that space. So I think, yeah, I'm just like touch and go when it comes to that stuff.
So is it more about like the world building, or is it more about the like gaming experience? So are you more interested in like creating that kind of environment, or is it the actual play?
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the immersion and plot that goes into most games. But I think what really made me feel like I could go into it is, or like it'd be something that I'd be interested in, is seeing the technicality and level of detail people put into the actual programming, and like kind of simulating a whole different world and getting people invested in that world is something I really wish I could be a part of. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you do any kind of VR, or like do you enjoy that kind of tech experience?
Yes, I've tried it out a few times and like creating different filters for various social media platforms, as well as like kind of just experiencing like human interaction with computers.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm doing directed research with Stephen Guy, which is my current faculty advisor for that. And it's been really interesting to see like using a camera and connecting that with a natural language processing model to see how much like a camera or a model can like take out from the world and give to a robot or some other I guess entity, and see like how much and how far we've gotten when it comes to being able to translate what we see into a more virtual space, if that makes sense.
Yeah, computer vision. Yeah, that's a huge space to be getting into, and it's only going to be expanding as we move forward. I have to ask, because you're kind of in that world anyway, but like, how do you feel about the Chat GPT revolution that seems to be taking over the world right now?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't know how big it was until this semester with all my professors like giving like speeches about how it's academically like dishonest to use those things to like help you with homework. And I think it's pretty crazy that there is a resource like that even out there. I don't know. I don't really remember like ever having that kind of clutch to hold on to during like any sort of I guess just going through learning computer science, or
Yeah.
like even just learning other things. Like the chat box is pretty interesting when it comes to that. So it's like really like it's really cool to think about what learning is going to look like and what school is going to look like because of this going down the
Yeah.
line. Like
Yeah.
I've had discussions about this too with my faculty advisor about how like if this is the best use of machine learning. And I really appreciate how someone with no computer science knowledge can still navigate that and like take things away from it. I really like
Yeah, I think
admire
I
that
agree. Like,
capability.
as a learning tool, it's amazing. The thing that we have to keep in mind, though, is uh it's not always correct. You know, there's the whole idea of like garbage in, garbage out. So
Mhm,
it's not going to be all good data that's in there,
mhm,
that it's pulling from. So, to my mind, like, teaching people how to use it as that tool and making sure that they can troubleshoot or fact check the robots will be super important. But I think it's amazing what
yeah. Mhm,
what it can do, and the possibilities of what it will be able to do are uh, just mind boggling. So
mhm,
yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything else you think people should know about you or about ACM-W? Anything you want to, any events coming up that you want to talk about, or plans that you have?
Yeah, I'm sure Valerie has kind of spoken about this, but ACM-W is also kind of looking to get involved with high school girls and seeing how they can um, gain more information so they feel more confident going into computer science. Because I know for sure I didn't really have like a lot of resources to turn to see what this kind of lifestyle would be like, and it's definitely daunting if you don't have that. So I hope we can expand ACM-W and interacting with younger girls and like trying to figure out a way to make them feel more confident in going into something that's so unfamiliar for most people.
Yeah, I think I agree. Obviously, you know, we want to partner with you on that, and do everything that we can to make those connections, and make their experience once they get into college that much better and supported. So, thank you for making that connection and for bringing Technovation with you into your experiences now as a college student. So, I really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
No problem. Yeah, thank you so much. I guess for this video, for the girls that are watching this, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, and hopefully I can help you in your endless, I guess, journey through computer science.
Yeah, it doesn't ever end. I can say as an older lady, I'm still learning, and we're still figuring out the new technologies that are popping up. So it's awesome. Are you on other social media besides LinkedIn?
Not really. I think you also have my email, so feel free to like send that out
Okay,
as well. But
awesome.
yeah, I'm always down to talk or mentor other girls that need help with certain things that I had to learn on my own.
No,
So
I love
yeah.
that. I love that. So thank you so much, Ruth, and good luck in everything that you're doing. And if we can help you with anything else, please don't hesitate to reach out. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Okay, have a nice
thank you.
day.
You too.
I've always wanted to help girls in my community, but didn't know where to start. That's when I learned about Girls Who Code's free clubs program, and I wanted to join the movement. Girls Who Code alumni are majoring in computer science and related fields at 15 times the national average. And the clubs program teaches more than just code. Club participation builds confidence and bravery, helps develop 21st century workplace skills, and focuses on tackling real-world problems in your community. It's easy to get started.
Let's do it.
Clubs are free programs for 3rd to 5th and 6th to 12th grade girls. They can be hosted in schools, universities, libraries, community centers, or nonprofits. And you don't need any coding experience to lead one. Facilitators can be teachers, librarians, parents, or volunteers. You just have to be at least 18. Many facilitators have no technical experience and learn to code alongside their club members with Girls Who Code's comprehensive resources and support. You'll receive CS skills, have access to logistics support like sample agendas, lesson plan guides, and connect with your community. Now, because of the clubs program, I'm empowering girls in my community to learn to code and change the world. Join the Girls Who Code movement and make an impact by starting a club today.
Code Savvy Presents is produced by Code Savvy, a 501c3 nonprofit organization committed to making computer science accessible. Visit us at www.codesavvy.org.